Hey yo, little man, what's going on, everyone? Nick here from Little Man YGO, back at it again with another video, and this time we have a different series that we're starting. A new series. It's not well, it's sort of Amorials related, but not quite so much. The name of the series can be titled. These cards are expensive in this particular format. So we're going to go through each of the different formats, starting with Edison, highlighting the cards that are really expensive and going over whether they're worth even getting or not. So before we jump into that, we are at 480 subscribers with 69 videos. Thank you so much with all the love and support you've been giving to the channel so far. Obviously, we're just crushing it on the videos over there. There's a couple of good videos for you guys to see. And of course, be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. I'll pause for a second so you can do so. I'll wait. Awesome. So let's now get into it. So it's not like a market watch kind of deal, but highlighting some of these crazy cards that are in Edison format that are just inordinately expensive for what they should be, or maybe the price justifies it based off per tournament performance, or whether it is based off of people who play the deck, excitement, or the chances of something getting reprinted here. So obviously, we got to kick off with the biggest elephant in the room. The biggest elephant in the room is a toad, substitute for that matter. We have this card sitting at definitely has been going down over time. The card was unbanned in the modern game late last year and still has not received a reprint, but we're still seeing $25 for a rare. That's ridiculous. I mean, these used to be $100 a play set, so they're a lot better than where they are before. OTSs do scare people. The rarity collection is scaring a lot of people because remember, it is at one here. It's still banned in the OCG, but they kept Ronin around in lieu of this card. And obviously, Ronin is just one of the most broken cards ever created. I mean, like, look, if you're going to a big event and you need substitutes, is it worth picking up? Not really. I mean, if you could hold off on playing the deck, I smell. You smell that? It's the smell of it coming back in rarity collection. So I would hold off on this card. I'm personally not picking this card up until it's a $5 super rare somewhere. Um, Absolute Zero. So Absolute Zero just got this beautiful new reprint in the secret rare version. The commons were hitting towards $10, which is absolutely insane. But Hero Frog plays it, Diva Frog plays it. There's some variants that like there's a Gladiator Beast variant that I saw that plays Absolute Zero. There's a couple of cards in there, and obviously it's like one of the best cards in Edison format, hand down. Like Geki on Legs, absolutely crazy. The secret rare is definitely going to help out a lot for the pricing overall. You see it pushing down already. These cards going to $5, $6. It's still ridiculous to have a $6 common even after a reprint like that. So obviously I would get these now, especially some of the more hollow versions, as the hollow versions will probably dip deck down and then go right back up as quantities start surfacing. Because remember, this is a promo at the end of the day, and it's not guaranteed within the set. Royal Oppression. Royal Oppression is a banned card, so that's a big thing to keep in mind here as you are looking like. And obviously, if there's banned cards, the likelihood of Konami reprinted is almost slim to none. The only time in which they did it outside of like the 25th anniversary set was Delinquent Duo and the Legendary Collection Kaiba, which helped out Go Format a lot. And obviously, we're going to cover the expensive Go Format video, so be sure to be subscribed at this moment to see that future video here. Royal Oppression, it's this card used to be like $15, like just across the board. This card has definitely, where people are buying them pretty consistently, 11, 11, 10. You have some damaged copies here for 7, 8. I mean, if you really want to get technical, you could go with the heavy plates. Champion pack cards are over $10. The higher rarity versions of this being the gold rare, which this is right before they started making the poopy gold rares. You know what I mean? Remember when the gold, like they're like stickers. Get like the ones that you used to get in the machine back in the day at the supermarket. Get the fuck out of here with that. But I digress. Look, we have $15. It's slowly peeping up downwards, but this card is needed in Value Turbo. So and there's obviously other side decks that are able to incorporate one of it. Snowman Eater. So it's insane that this card is a $3 rare, as it is. I remember I bought a whole handful of the advent calendars for like 15 cents each. These versions are going insane. They've gone down a little bit because the playability of this card has gone down too. It's a nice super rare. Obviously, the Turbo Pack supers are just bananas. But obviously, if you look around here, you see like the rares even hitting closer to the $3 mark there, which is absolutely ridiculous for what it is. Trap Dust Shoot. This card is needed in more than one format. So, like obviously Tengu format, you need it in Go format, you need multiples in Go format. The super rares. What? The super rare is 300, 400. Holy smokes. These are almost gone. That's absolutely wild. You guys are sick. But let's go over the other sick thing here, right? Dust shoots being commons, which is the lower rarity. So because we want to do the affordability game here, $13 for what? Yo, light pays are 10, 11. Yo, that's crazy. $10 for common dust shoots on dark beginning twos. And then on the Ferrara Guardian versions, they're probably going to be matching up here. The heavy plates damage, they're getting into the $6, $7 range there. This is absolutely bananas, guys. So, I mean, if you don't have your dust shoots already, it's a banned card. You should probably have them already. I don't know what to tell you. And listen, the baby, the boy, Phoenix Cluster Amaryllis, the most base card in Edison format. It's actually, I think this is one of the best cards in Edison format, hands down. This deck is so good. I love it. I might be a little biased, but here's what I will say about this card, because one of the biggest complaints I see in the Amaryllis community is how insanely expensive this card is. And I mean, it is, right? Like, people are buying this card, right? So, like, there's a few that sold today for 35, 36. There's a few unlims. When unlims start touching below 30, it seems that people start to pick them up a little bit more aggressively. Obviously, some cheap damage copies here that you could probably pick up. Um, some with no rating, like 35, $38, almost $40. My opinion on this is that, like, if this deck tops, I mean, if I top it, I mean, if this deck tops again, or it becomes well represented in pie charts, and everyone on ladder is pretty much playing this deck. Every other deck I play is Amaryllis on ladder. Um, I think this card could easily hit $40, $50 back again, like consistently, or be a consistent $50 card. Especially if this card starts to take over the remainder of the format. It's tough to say. I do think that it is a ban card. Konami's not going to unban it, so it's pretty safe pickup, at least in my opinion. I'm not going to gear for it. I don't know if anyone really knew this, but like these cards, the commons are about $2.50 to $3 a piece. And then if you look over at the super rares over here, $3, $3, $5. This, I mean, they're going in a pretty positive direction slope here. They leveled out a little bit over the last month. The deck has not really been seeing so much success, so like not as many people are buying it, but like still, it's really to keep in mind. And also, if you have these in your bulk, like pick them out, pick them out. All right, so we're going to the Gemini stuff. Black Brute Drago, one printing Sardis Overdrive, um, $20, $21. You need it for the Gemini deck. The Gemini deck is like an awful deck too. The deck is not good. So, but like it's a low tier deck, but it's a fun deck, and you need to have multiple copies of this card in your extra deck because this is where all the grind power comes from. Since it is able to revive the dude out of the graveyard. I remember I had these like early. I remember I found two of them in bulk. I moved them at Nationals last year because I was like, it did well-ish at that tournament by one person. Um, but yeah, you're paying like 23, $24 on it. They're one OTS reprint or one OTS common away from being worthless. So like if you have these, I would get rid of them. Same with Gemini Soldier. Gemini Soldier only has one printing in a structure deck from 15 years ago, I think it is now. The Warrior Strike structure. $7, $8, like this is a $7 common from that structure deck. It's the most important part of the deck. It's like one of the best cards in the deck, hands down. It produces an insane amount of value when it has its effect going off. But overall, it falls in it's this with Brute Drago makes it one of the most expensive decks in Edison format, period. Even though it doesn't have the results to show per se. Royal Swampio, this is one for Fish OTK. Obviously, you got a little bit of a spike up here as people were paying a little bit more attention to it. Deep Sea Coelacanths got cratered into the ground, thank goodness, because this card used to be expensive, and then it got Amazing Memory super rare. They just randomly input it in there, and you love to see when they randomly input these godly supers. But like as we see right here, it's a one of. They're almost $8, which is kind of crazy. Again, it kind of falls into a category of like if it hits a reprint, these things will be worthless. Retiari. So Gladiator Beasts, Glad Beasts. Ew, Glads. Why are you talking about Glads? Well, the only reason why I'm talking about Glads is because Retiari rares. I mean, they dipped down because fuck this deck, but they're $7, $8 a piece. That's absolutely crazy. That's crazy for a rare. I mean, like you need two of it for most of these lists. The secret rares, obviously, this is a pretty secret. You got to give credit where credit's due. This is a very pretty secret. They don't move as often because you do have the rare version, but like if you were to choose one over the other, like this is Glad Pieces could be reprinted somewhere along the line in something. It's one of the most expensive cards. Test Tiger also falls into the similar category too. Every copy of it, they used to be higher. These used to be a lot higher than where they were. Yeah, these used to be sixes, and they're coming right back up almost a little bit. Um, People are I don't know, like the rare, even the common version of this deck, it has been dipping down a little bit because no one cares about this deck. But if you want your test tigers, it's not a bad idea to pick up like a decently higher version of it. You could probably get them similar price to where the common is now. Just due to the repopulation of people not playing it. Dark Creator. So the commons and the supers are about $2 to $3. And I know I'm picking out a couple of cards at a couple of dollars here, but these cards were like in bulk a very long time ago. But Edison's influence on the market has just been insane. Obviously, you like kind of pick out a card here and there, and it's either featured on like a YouTube video or someone does well with it, and the cards just kind of start spiking up with there. Obviously, with no reprint on the horizon for this card, it's a $2 card. The commons are going to crash down in value when a reprint happens. I mean, if we go over to the secret rares now, like the secret rares are. Like, dear God, like, look at this. They're climbing the 50, 55. Like, you see these bars up. These were not bought before. And then once the Euro session hit, then that's when the European guy who won with the Sky Scourge deck, someone spent $75 on a Yu-Gi-Oh players are on straight cocaine. You can get like a play set of it, of my plays, which look just as nice. You dorks. Anyways, all right. Going over to some of the alien cards. So Alien Kid, for starters, is a random super rare. It only has one printing in here. I don't know if you need this one per se, but it's $9 and people $10 and people are buying it, which is bananas. Ammonite used to be worth something, and then after that, they reprinted it into the Ghost for the Past. Why they didn't print any other pieces of the engine, I have no idea. Uh, Looks like Code A Ancient Rules is also like one of those cards that is worth a couple of bucks. And then, holy smokes, Planet Pollutant Fires is a $4, $5, $6 rare. Wow. Holy smokes. I have a pile of these. I gotta get rid of them, boys. Gotta get rid of them. But the main card in the deck is the Golgar, like the big synchro that has an insane stat line. It's really one of the craziest synchros you could give to an archetype. It has an insane stat line. It bounces and reuses your continuous. It's like a giant true native theft. It pops cards. It's so good. This card's really good. But like as you see over here, it looks like that the unlim's caught back up because it does seem like people want to play the deck. They're willing to go even with the first sets. But again, it falls into the similar category as like once this card gets reprinted, it comes crashing down. Just get the alties. I mean, the alties are always safer if you're able to afford them, but that's not really the case. Zeta Reticulant. All right, so obviously you see if you've not seen the Zeta is not a beta video on my channel, you should check it out because Zeta is indeed not a beta. He's alpha as fuck. But anyways, he's insane because as you see here, it's getting a little bit more purchases. I think that I posted the video last week and start look at that market influence. We love to see that. The card is $15. It's crazy. Is it worth it? Like, yeah, one reprint just kills the value of the card. It is a secret rare from Crimson Crisis. And there's a couple other cards that I'm going to show in like the Crimson Crisis Raging Battle set that just like did not get a reprint. You see all these dog secret rares that are just literally like one good card away or one person figuring it out before they become something. Like I think Puppet King was more of a modern thing, but like what are you gonna do? Damage copies unlimbs for 12s. I mean, that has no sales. I mean, he has some sales there, but he's not like a recognized seller. Um, 13, $14 for a set. I mean, that's pretty bananas, you know. I mean, it's what are you gonna do? The cards just does not repopulate, does not get relisted. Ranging battle in general. I mean, obviously we've pointed out Cluster Amorials. There's a couple cards in here that are absolutely insane. Trident Dragon itself. There is modern applications to this card because there's a new deck that somehow uses this card and like summons it in the battle phase. It's really sick if you watch some of the plays for that. But you see even here, $17 for a secret rare. You saw the ultimate rare go, and then the ultra rare is just as much. So crazy. Now, if you have these right now, I would move them. And the reason why I would move them is because they are getting meta attention. They could shove this into like a low end set or something, and then you're gonna be screwed financially. But even top on that, Chaos and Masters, they have been bought a little bit because there's this like warrior deck that's going around that plays Bushi, and he's like a warrior tuner. People are bananas. 26 for 26, 25, 22, 23, 30 for two. Yo, boys, come on. You guys are sick. 25, 26, $27. One reprint also kills this card too. Same with Sphere of Chaos. I think Sphere of Chaos seen a bit more success. I saw some players play it. It has like a very good effect where it's like if you tribute summon the card, you could add one level 3 or lower monster from your deck to your hand, which is really, really insane. And card has gone down a lot. But like you could tribute it, get a level 3 monster, which is pretty nice. Oh, I have. How do I forgot the other card in here where Quackmule Gravamos is another thing that does not have a reprint either. The alties were crazy before 13, 13, 14. The Amorials people, we want this card to be good so badly, but it's probably not going to happen. I don't know. Like, I mean, there's some builds I have in the back of my sleeve that if you guys want to see me play this version a little bit more, there's definitely some merit to it. I'll mess around with it a little bit more. Release from the Stone. This is a newer one. So this is the Escape from the Dark Dimension for rocks. This card just spiked like crazy. Like no one cared. No one cares. And then everyone just cares, right? So obviously the spikes on this card is crazy. $4, $4, $4, $6, $7. I found like 15 of them the other day. It's so good. Free, 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 free money. And then obviously with his counterpart, guy played the Earth Giant. So just going over right here, the $20 ultra rare, 36, 35. Hold up, boys. It might be actually more than that. $37. Oh my god. Already poop your pants. Let's look at the ulti. Let's look at the ulti. You're gonna poop your pants. All right. MP33, 40. 40, 40, 30, 55 for near mint. People are paying 55 for near mint on this. Why plays 36, 30? Just get the ulti. Just get the ulti. Just get the ulti. And then, of course, Caius the Shadow Monarch. What this format should be called Caius format. You summon this card, it's so good, it's ridiculous. Every copy of it, even we just got the super rare reprint pretty recently. And this card has gone up like a decent amount over the last year. Like they were creeping up, they were under $1. Now they're up to $3 each, almost $3 each. Their commons and their rares. Brother in Christ. Look at this $5 gold rare. Oh, it's 50. People were paying $15 for these. Holy shit. Yo. God dang. And then you have the OGs, which have so many printings here. They're over $10 each, which is absolutely, absolutely bananas. And then also one more card that like maybe you guys don't know, but it's a soul release. So soul release. If you have these, modern Yu-Gi-Oh needs them to beat that Fire King bullshit ass deck. And guess what the super rares are? Remember this? These were in your book. These were in your book. They were in my book too. Dollars, $2 forever. We all bought these when Edison format started because we needed them. And baby, look at that. $13, $10. These were bulk people, bulk. So that's my take on the market overall for Edison format. These are the most expensive cards in Edison format. If I missed anything out, please feel free to stop and let me know. Otherwise, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And obviously share your feedback because that's always appreciated. I hope everyone has a fantastic start to the week. Peace. Have a great day. Stay safe.